What's up, dudes? Welcome back to another episode of Rhomas Men's Team. Pretty simple. We are a group of guys helping each other make progress towards each other's goals. If you're new to the channel, awesome and welcome. If you want to help support the channel and join our pro team, head over to rhomasteam.com/pro, where you can contribute to us on a donation basis. We also give you access to exclusive content, mastermind groups, etc., etc. So anyway, hope you enjoy this episode, and we'll see you on the team.
What's up, brother?
Good morning, Wes. How's life on the West Coast?
Life is great, man. It's actually been rainy here for quite some time.
Crazy.
Like three or 4 weeks. It's been like pretty rainy.
No kidding.
Yeah, but it's so gorgeous. Actually, what it does out here is obviously it makes everything green, but then there's mountains in the background, and you can see they're like covered fully in snow, which is really awesome. Mr. Troy, what's up, Beast?
Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
How is it, dude?
Live from
Coming in
Japan.
live from
こんばんは。
Japan.
とっても眠いだよ。
What? Hold on, I missed that. What
Yeah,
was that, pal?
it's currently 12:17. Can you hear me?
Man. Yep.
Oh shit.
So
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Yep. Tell us what
Oh
it's
my-
like, dude.
It's 12:17. I am exhausted. It's just life, honestly. It's not too different, except that I can't speak to most people. It feels like the best way I could describe it is that you feel like a child again. You feel like a very small child that could barely understand anything. It's been, yeah, nothing different. I go to the grocery store, get my food. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ray, we cannot hear you, and I think Troy just okay. Troy, you're back up and running. Yep, and Ray, we cannot hear you.
Sorry, I don't think
if you're
my okay. I don't know if my bandwidth can take this. That's another thing. The internet is garbage out here.
Cool.
But other than that, it's been pretty much the same. I haven't started my job yet. I have realized that I'm working with a dog shit company, essentially, that doesn't get things done in an orderly manner. I haven't got my SIM card yet that I ordered weeks ago. It's been. Can you guys hear me? I feel like I'm just talking to myself at this point. Okay, cool. I realized I kind of hitched my wagon to a company that isn't the best at getting things done in a timely manner. They rely on you to get yourself out there, spending over $1,000 to get out here, and then having at least $5,000 to live, essentially, until they pay you 3 months down the line. It made me realize that I need to pivot to a different situation as soon as possible while I'm out here. Obviously, I've been wanting to come out here for years at this point, but I can't stay with this company if I want to have a living out here.
So, what does that mean?
I sound depressed and stuff right now. I've really. So this company pays, for one, it's dog shit pay. It's absolutely horrible compared to every job that I've had my entire life since I was 18. Since I've been a working adult. They require you to have $5,000 US dollars equivalent to come out here, on top of the fact they make you pay for your own tickets to get out here, which was for me $2,000 because my luggage was overweight when I came here. I don't know how much other people paid. I think it was around the same. After I got the job offer, I was reading a lot about this company and that everything is 1-star, 2-star reviews about this place, that they pay you horribly. They don't help you with anything. And talking to other people that have been with the company for a while, that this company's absolute dog shit. I have said it before that I see it as a stepping stone to get into Japan, but after experiencing it, I was like, oh fuck, I really need to figure something else out and not stay with this company for more than a year. So my current situation is figuring out how to do that while also being in a completely desolate town, which I asked for, and I got what I asked for, but it was just like, oh shit, this is the situation that I'm in right now. So need to figure that out from here.
So what do you think the plan is?
Find a better job or get into a school out here, in Japan rather. I've thought about going to school here for a while. Can transfer to a bugger area. Ryan, what do you mean by bugger area? A bigger area, I assume. Okay. Eventually I can, if I don't want. I have to stay in the same spot that I'm in right now if I don't want to pay a shit ton of cancellation fees. But I knew what I was asking for when I was coming out here. I knew I was going to be in the middle of nowhere, which isn't a problem. I kind of like being somewhere quiet right now. It's pretty relaxing, but I just know that for the long term, in the next 2 to 5 years, I can't stay in this area. So I got to start looking at other jobs right now. I just got settled into this new place. So I'm not doing that at the moment. I'm not looking at other jobs, but I just need to start doing that sooner rather than later, because I can tell this is not
Troy,
the
let me know if you can hear me.
I want to stay. I can hear you.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Ray,
be too hard on yourself.
Tiny lag, just so you know. Not
well,
just when we send it to him. Yep.
I know he's absolutely on the furthest side of the planet, so it's still an absolute miracle of technology that we're able to Zoom with him or whatever. But Troy, I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. Like you stepped into the unknown. You went to a new country. You're trying a new career, and there's gonna be an adjustment. You're gonna have signed up for stuff not knowing whether it's a perfect fit or not. And that's what are the chances that the first person you swipe with on Bumble or Tinder is your soulmate, right? So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. Yes, it's a drag that things aren't going conflict and challenge free as soon as you arrive. But I was just thinking about this today with my business. In my life, I've received a couple of challenges or obstacles, and I was just thinking, I wonder how much better prepared Troy is for these obstacles than, let's say, if he went to Japan 3 years ago when he first announced his intention. Because I'm feeling resilient because of this group, and I'm wondering if you are too.
I definitely missed the motivation that was coming from this group, because the people I was around when I first came to Japan for this for the training. A lot of them were bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, if you know the term weeb or otaku, just like the people that are the dorks of the American dorks that fantasize about Japan and everything. And I felt that it was like, oh God, I have to be around these people. And then once training was over, I was like, oh no, I'm not around these people. I'm away from everything now. I have nothing right now. And also I think the fact that I haven't been working, I don't start work until the 7th, has really gotten to me. I was in the habit of working pretty regularly before this. And I think keeping busy and kept me sane. So I think I'm you guys are catching me also at midnight where I'm exhausted. I've worked out today. I've walked around. I went to a bar hours ago, gotten back by then. I'm just exhausted at this point. I'm not like, how should I say? Also, I haven't really talked to many people at this point, which has been a weird thing for me. I haven't talked to anyone besides random people at the supermarket. So it's just been, I'm just kind of venting at this point, but I just know that this isn't the end goal right now. This is not where I need to be for the next 3 years. Maybe for the next year, I can see this being where I need to be, but I need to start making other moves. I know a lot of people in this group were like, oh, hell yeah, you're going out to Japan. You're going to have a great time. It's like, oh no, I'm not going to die at 27. I need to fucking keep moving on from here. So yeah, I need to figure out what the next move is from here.
And Troy, are you telling me your hero's quest isn't as easy as you first thought it might be?
I might be in like stage 2 of 12 right now. So it just sucks to feel that in the moment, but it's also nice to talk to you guys about this. So yeah, it's yeah, I'm at a very low stage of it. I just got through the part where I would deny the call to adventure. I responded to it, and now I'm just in the thick of it right now. So yeah,
exactly. Well, I give you credit, number one, because you actually did it. So you moved into, like what Ray's saying, an unknown territory, just completely unknown circumstances as well. I also dig the decisiveness. Okay, well, the decisiveness without being too quick to just quit, if that makes sense. So the decisiveness is saying, okay, I know enough to know that this is not where I want to be for the next 3 years. I know I might have to stick it out here for a year, but also because I know that future, I'm going to start doing research to get myself, to an evolved standpoint, which I think is awesome, man. And in my opinion, better to do that without any lifelines. It's not like, oh, I can't just go back home to mom and dad's house, and live in the basement. Like, that's not an option anymore. So I'm fucking pumped for you, buddy. Like, this is exactly what you want to be going through. And the cool thing is that you're sharing that with the world right now, like while you're going through it, as opposed to in hindsight where you finished it and you can only give rough level outlines of it. Like, we can see you're going through it, brother. So thank you for sharing. That's it's an awesome experience for us to watch you.
Hey dudes, sorry for the interruption here. Just wanted to let you know, if you want to join our pro team, go to romasteam.com/pro. You can help support the channel. You will also get access to exclusive content, masterminds, one-on-one sessions, etc. All right, back to the episode.
I would I had a lot of so since I've come here, I've had extremely vivid dreams. And you talked about how I can't just go back to the basement. I would actually disagree. That would be the easy way out right now, actually. The hard part would be just sticking through this journey right now. And that's what my dreams have been telling me. I've had dreams of me easily. So I'll just describe a dream that I had where I got into the car that I got from the company and took a few turns, and I was back at my parents' house. Easily just drove there. And that was no problem whatsoever. And then I've had multiple dreams since then, just battling out time schedules, trying to get onto a plane and everything, and the stress of doing that. And I'm not trying to say dreams are, oh, this is the universe telling me something, but it was kind of my dreams were telling me, it's like, oh no, you can easily go back home and go into the basement and just live your life smoking weed, doing nothing, or you can stick it out, put the uniform on, put the suit on, and do this fucking job. And it's going to be a fucking grind. And I understand it's not going to pay as well as bartending and serving did, but it's going to be a thing that I think I have to go through right now. So I could easily just move back home. I have the money to do that right now and buy a plane ticket and hop on a plane back to Chicago. But no, this is going to be I'm going to be in the thick of it for a while.
Hell yeah.
Ray, you're muted right now.
You're out of your comfort zone. It sounds like, geographically, financially, in multiple ways. And we've talked about this before on the group, haven't we, Wes? How important it is to get out of our comfort zone because we lead such a blessed, friction-free existence in America that we can really be coddled from the cradle to the grave if we choose.
Yeah, exactly. And Troy, I think you're doing exactly what you should, brother. Figure out a way to evolve the situation. I hate sounds so cliche, but make the best of it. Make the situation and the life that you want out there, given the resources that you have. And the fact that there's resource constraints, in my opinion, is actually a great thing. You can get back to full primal mode. I mean, you already don't wear a shirt ever. So it's like, how can you fit right in there, brother. You know what I mean?
The worst part about being here is I have to fucking wear a shirt when I go on runs because apparently that's not socially acceptable in Japan. That being said, I was told that's not socially acceptable, but I've seen a random American dude running around with tattoos, which is horrific taboo in Japan, running with tattoos, shirtless, flab going everywhere. Like, he would kill for any of our bodies, anyone in this group. And I'm just like, hell yeah, man. I'm going to fucking live my life. Well, this guy was just owning his look. And I was like, okay, I don't need to be. Also, another thing this company was going up off of, and I called them weebs before. They're just like the people that like, oh, you have to become Japanese. I'm like, I'm not a Japanese person. And obviously to the people in this country, I won't be that. So why not just be me? If a Japanese person comes to America, they're going to stick out in in just their Japaneseness. So why can't I stick out my Americanness? And I kind of want to own that, but that's been a little bit of a struggle I've had in my head, whether or not I want to be that.
And Troy, you will figure out the balance, the sweet spot. Like, you've only been there a handful of days. And if you need to remind them who won the big one, in the middle of the last century, You do that, okay? And
Oh,
Troy,
you think I don't want to remind them every day?
Patty P had an outstanding comment. He just said, I think it would be helpful to fill your free time, alone time with photography and arts. You will look back on this time one day and it could be cool. It could be a cool documentation expression of your time. I know. I'm thinking also, Patty, of like going to an art museum and getting like a little menu and map of and it's all in Japanese, you know, that would be super cool. Like a McDonald's menu all in Japanese or something. Like, I'm just thinking of all the cool stuff that you can bring back with you, and 90% of which you will eventually throw out, but just little, this is such an important character building experience for you. Like, I'm so jealous. I'm there with you. Like, I eagerly await your updates and weird food selfies and everything, because you are reaching for that, like whatever the metaphor is. What's he reaching for, Wes?
Oh, my personal opinion, like the higher version of himself. You know.
Oh. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I assume
Patty
you guys
P,
don't know the show My Hero Academia.
No, but Patty P just had a pretty good comment. He said, guarantee you this guy will be the king of Japan in 3 months. It's actually an emperor system over there, I believe. So, Patty, Troy's going to be the emperor of Japan in 3 months.
So I have to assassinate the current emperor.
I don't know.
No, I can't say that. Motherfuckers
dude, no.
Exactly.
Wrong number.
Jordan. 社会が来てる時、これ冗談だよ。
Yeah. How do we?
No,
Wes. How do we nuke him? I mean, how do we like mute him?
I mentioned My Hero Academia, where the guy one of the big characters of the anime did the reversal, where he was a Japanese person that took a trip to America and became his higher self, became an incredibly prominent figure when he came back to his home country. That's why I kind of want to do with this situation. I don't know what that higher purpose, higher character will be when I come back to America eventually, because I don't think I'm going to stay here for my entire life. I don't see that as my goal, but I want to cultivate whatever that will be while I'm out here, which means getting myself back into physical shape. I took over a week off of the exercise that I was pretty consistent on, but that was because I was training with my job. I was having to do 10 to 14 hours of training every day. And in my opinion, was kind of bullshit training for this stupid fucking company. But it was necessary for me to know these things, because I'm going to have to learn how to become a teacher out here. I'm going to have to learn to be the best version of myself. And then on top of that, take these things back to America, which my first Japanese teacher in high school, he did the same. He literally taught in the same prefecture that I am in right now. That's how he became one of the best Japanese teachers in America. He learned his tactics out here. He developed his interests, his hobbies, all out in this area. So I kind of I want to do this. I want to do the same thing. I want to become the person
Troy,
that I will.
Question:
I want to become the person that I will become for
Japanese
America.
teacher, who sounds like there may be kind of mentorship possibilities there, does he know you're out?
Sorry, you broke up a little bit.
Yeah, Ray's got that Japanese internet too. Ray, still there, bro?
I'm paying for dog shit internet, and he is breaking up. Come now, Ray. I assume he was saying that. I assume that he was saying that he's sort of that the teacher's a mentor, which I would say he is. He is that, and I haven't reached out to him since I got the job 2 years ago. He knows that I'm out here right now. I can't hear you, right? But
for some reason.
Yeah, I assume that he is saying that I should reach out to him.
Yeah,
now you're
Ray
muted.
Saying that. Yeah,
no, you're
Ray,
muted now.
You're muted.
You're definitely muted.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I need to reach out to him. I have felt that I needed to for a while. I just didn't get around to doing it before I left, and I need to get on that to talk to him about how he adjusted out here, how he became the person that he is now. So we'll see what he says about that. I'll update you guys about that later.
Have you read the book of the 5 Rings? Is that Miyamoto Musashi book? Is that what that book is?
I've not read it, no.
So it's a pretty famous book in like the social media world. I think Tim Ferriss basically brought it to light for a lot of people. It's about this, this warrior who won an extreme number of individual, like to the death sword fights. And that might be the book you need right now. I actually just purchased it a few months ago and I haven't gotten to it yet, but Jocko Willenick, suggests it heavily. So it might be a good text for you to dive into.
What was it called again?
I think it's called the Book of the 5 Rings. If anybody knows on the chat, throw it in there. But if you Google, the Book of the 5 Rings, and I think it's Miyamoto Musashi, if you just Google one of those words, I would almost guarantee it would come up. But very much I think it's supposed to be a true story.
Musashi. All right.
Yeah. So it might be a great, sort of book to carry around with you or to carry with you on your phone and read it as you go through this. And I wouldn't be surprised if a handful of years from now or next year you look back and wow, that text kind of was a nice parallel to a certain degree of what you're living right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. For some reason, bro, you're still
anything that could. Yeah. Anything that could take up my time right now. I think a lot of that's been going on with me right now that's been bothering me is just I haven't had a lot to do. I've reorganized things multiple times in my apartment. I don't have a SIM card, so I can't talk to people within the country that I know. So anything, if you have recommendations I can I can put my time into right now, anything's recommended at this point.
Well, Troy, I think that
I think great. I think you're good now.
I'm reminded of a summer that I did in the Netherlands when I was an intern at the OPCW, which is the chemical weapons enforcement arm of the UN. And I was there for about a week or two, maybe 3 weeks before I figured out the SIM card thing, texting thing. I was buying all my food at the gas station, like near where my apartment, because I wasn't, I hadn't figured out the grocery store thing. And in retrospect, like if I had to list the top 10 moments from that trip, 9 of them are positive moments, right? And so while you are crybabying about all these details. Oh, it's not at the Four Seasons. Oh, I didn't like fly in a private jet over here. Oh, they're not paying me like LeBron James, like you are going to have an amazing experience here. Like no matter how you slice it, you are out of your comfort zone. You cannot like go back to mommy and daddy's basement. You can't even ask people questions in English. Like that is the linguistic version of mommy and daddy's basement, right? You have to figure it out. You have to get over that wall, and you have no choice but to become very fluent in Japanese. You have created a situation where you cannot survive without getting very fluent in Japanese, becoming very independent, becoming very careful with how you spend money, and being like in charge of your own success. So I'm so pumped for you, dude, because like you have kicked the training wheels off the bike, so pumped. How about you, Wes?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and to comment on his question prior, what I would, this is going to sound so simple, but I'm a huge fan of decision matrices and just tables in general. So oftentimes when we find ourselves, when we air quotes don't have options, it's like, well, how much time have we actually sat down? Have we sat ourselves down for an hour and just said, okay, what are all of the things that I could do? What are all of my goals? What are all the things that I could do? And then rank them on a scale of 0 to 10. Okay, here's the 150 things that I could do. And right next to them is the ranking of 0 to 10. So then you just peel off the level 10 things and you'd be shocked of like how busy you could make your schedule. And that's honestly, even if you were in the backwoods somewhere, dude, you can turn yourself into a fucking Japanese warrior in the next few months. Like if all you did was work out for 8 hours a day, if that's the only option you had was working out 8 hours a day, just think of how much of a beast you would be. Working out, reading, and writing. And boom, all of a sudden, like, you're not only back in the game,
you're a kamikaze.
You're above the primal version you are of yourself right now. I mean, you would absolutely crush it. And then all of a sudden, boom, one of these Japanese ladies sees you running around without your shirt off, 6-pack, pecs jumping up and down. I think you're going to crush it in the next handful of months, brother.
Yeah, and if I can riff off that, Troy, like, I wonder if you are going to get 0 opportunities over the next 12 months out there. And so that you are entitled to stop looking after yourself and, stop like keeping your sword sharpened and just kind of wait to go home. Right? Or are there opportunities out there and you don't know where they're going to come from and you have to be ready? For example, if you want to switch companies, maybe you want to have 1 year of outstanding teaching experience under your belt so that you are as attractive as possible to the best ESL schools out there. For example, if you want to make the best first impression, you have to stick with your program, even if things aren't going as easily as you want. And these are lessons that I have to remind myself of every day. So yep. I'm just so pumped for you. And like I said, that you've kicked off the training wheels and it's time for you don't have any choice but to man up, which is the commitment that you've made to your brothers on this group and the commitment you've made to yourself. And fulfilling that commitment is how you got your ass over there.
Yeah, man. There's no reason you can't create some sort of blog,
I missed
podcast or something from it.
Sorry, I missed like 20 seconds of that, but I got the message where I need to just write my shit out, what matters to me right now, because I do have that fantasy of just getting a bunch of shit done. But when you have a million different paths you can go down, it's hard to narrow down that matrix of like, oh, I need to do these 20 things or 10, whatever, how many it is to get to that goal. That's just, that's definitely been the thing I've lacked where I need to narrow down what I need to do. So today's technically Tuesday for me. It's Monday for you guys. So so when I wake up in 8 hours on the same day, it's, oh God, I'm so tired. I will get on that. I have my journals. I brought those with me, so I will get on that when I wake up in the morning.
I would challenge
let you guys talk about anything else. Thank you so much for the.
One more thing, brother. I would challenge you. You already have a default checklist, which is the scorecard. I would say until you get your bigger list going, like challenge yourself, get that scorecard done every day. Take the first hour or two every day, each day you have, free time in the morning, and get that done. I would challenge you to do that and come back to the group and tell us, it's like, this shit actually works. Kept me on true north. And then I developed a deeper program, et cetera. So that's my challenge to you, bro.
Absolutely. When I get my 8 hours of sleep, then when I wake up at 9 o'clock, that'll be the start of it. The one thing, I don't have a scale out here, so I'm gonna have to figure that situation out. I'm gonna have to go to the dollar store, get a scale if they have them, but
the yen store.
Yeah, I need to get back on the scorecard.
Hell yeah.
Hyakuin shapu.
Yeah, and
I'll keep you guys updated though. Thank you.
Please do, Troy. And it is yours, like the vision board or the goal list for your time out in Japan is yours to define. But Wes has already given us the blueprint of what to do in the meantime for our own personal excellence, right? Which is the scorecard. And you have that. And your weight looks just fine, buddy.
I'll say.
And so lean into that scorecard because
that's the one thing. That's the one thing. Dude, fuck American diets. They're killing you out there. Like, this is the way to get ripped, is to come out to the Orient, just eat for like a month. I don't work out much right now. It's been pretty nice. But yeah, the six-pack will be.
See what you did now, dude.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, you guys are being poisoned out there. The food out here is quality compared to what you're getting out there. But on a serious note, I just get back on my shit. I spent a week not paying attention to any of that, just focusing on training for this job. And it's kind of, oh my God, Ray, gotta say, you're looking fantastic right now, bro.
Crushing it, dude.
And Ryan, I'm not Yokoshima sushi. I'm out in Shikoku. Shikoku's the smallest island, smallest of the four main islands. It's really nice and quiet out here. It's been, as much as I've complained about my situation, I feel much better out here than I was when I was living in a basement with my family. So I complained about a lot of shit this evening, but I'm also exhausted right now. And everyone knows how you get when you're tired. You get all cranky and everything, but situation right now, and can't thank you guys enough for helping me get out here. And
well, Troy,
thank you so much for all your support.
We love you for coming on the show, buddy. We love you for all the stuff you do for the team. Keep showing us a great example of what it's like to, as a man, you create your own path. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, dude. And turning your vision board into your reality. Like, that is it. That's what it is.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
All right, Beast. How wild is that, man? Yeah, I mean, we have to remind ourselves of exactly what you just said, Ray. Like, this guy set that crazy high goal, the laughable goal. How do you go from living in your parents' basement to I'm moving on the opposite end of the earth? And now he's done it. And how long it took him to get there, but he actually did it. So I think we can all use that as inspiration. In what ways can we update our game to the next level of laughable goal? So I'm pumped for him.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like, how can I make this all about me? So as you know, my dad passed away last Saturday and we had the funeral and wake this past Friday. And the way I can relate to, I also got a major setback to my business this morning, but I'm feeling so resilient, right? Because of the program that you've put in place here on the Rhomas men's team, the scorecard, the checking in, the holistic approach. Losing a father does not like knock a load-bearing wall out of the house that is me, right? Like I've got to find a new gallery space for my show opening in May. The art isn't printed yet. The artist is feeling insecure. That a previous version of me, that would have been, again, like taking a sledgehammer to a load-bearing wall of the house that is me. Not today, with my holistic approach, that the holistic approach that we take gives me the self-esteem, the play the long game, the don't confuse bumps in the road for IEDs or landmines. And I'm thinking, I'm hoping that Troy feels the same way, right? Because he got off the plane. Maybe he's jet lagged. Yeah, I'm sure. Like an 18 or 24-hour flight, I think it probably takes a couple of minutes to adjust to the new time zone. He's got to adjust to the taste of the water out there. He's got to adjust to the food. He's back in Spartan mode with this quasi camping he's doing, right? And this signing up for a job. And so like he gave us a long list of negatives that a weaker man would crumble under, right?
Yep.
But he has volunteered to be a part of this group, and he has that resilience and that holistic sense of self where the paycheck he gets does not define him, because he is steering the ship towards his career North Star. And he is fully realizing the dreams he has on his vision board. And the holistic approach carries him through the bed's not comfortable. Well, the pay's not great. Well, it's a little more low key out here than I first expected.
Yep. Yeah, man, he's crushing it. And I'm proud of you as well, if you don't mind me saying, as a brother in this fight with you. It's like, yeah, those setbacks, that's business, brother. Like that's how you fucking do it. Get past those. That's how you beat your competitors. Most of your competitors are going to stop when it gets hard. Just don't fucking stop, as cliche as that sounds. So outstanding job to both of you.
Yeah. And how bad do I want it? Right. Yep. Do I want it so bad? Do I want it medium bad that when like a potential partner changes their mind, like I'm out of the game, right. Or do I want it so bad that when a potential partner changes their mind, I stay the course. Right.
Yep.
It's same with Troy. Like when he put Japan on his vision board, I don't remember exactly, but I don't think it said if there's a comfortable bed, if the food's all organic, if it's as easy as possible, right? He put Japan on there, come hell or high water.
Exactly, 100%, dude. Well, thank you for this, and if you want to chat about the business stuff, just give me a call offline here. Love all of you guys. Troy, great fucking job, dudes. And I will we'll see you on Friday.
All right, guys. I got to go take some creatine. I'll be unrecognizable on Friday.
That's right. All right, dude.
Love you, Wes.
Later. Love you too. Bye. Later.